Hi, this is Randy Williams with the Debt Coach Credit Counseling Service. It's Tuesday night, so you know I'm going live teaching you about finances and education. Tonight we're going to figure out exactly what a debt coach is, exactly what a credit counseling service is, and to see if a credit counseling service and a debt coach situation and some of the products I have actually fit your situation and help you save money, get your life back, and be able to get out of debt, which is by far the most important reason why we're watching this now, is because we need to get out of debt. Now, keep in mind, this is recorded by cell phone, so every once in a while you'll see a weak little signal pop up and my face might go blurry, but hopefully you can hear the sound and you'll be able to replay this over and over and over again until you understand everything I'm saying. So I came on about a minute early just to be safe. And now what I want to do is go ahead and get started. Hi again, Randy Williams with the Debt Coach, and tonight we're going to talk about credit counseling. Now, credit counseling, unfortunately, does get kind of a bad rap from the past. The reason why is because a lot of people don't know much about it. The idea of somebody helping you with your bills scares you to no end. And to be quite honest with you, we're in the business of trying to do this ourselves. So you want to make sure that I don't know. I just said something that read. I was reading the stupid thing, the thing that came up. I apologize. All right. I'm sorry. I'm back. Okay. See, debt counseling. Back in 1980s, the credit counseling companies, your credit card companies, like your Bank of America, your American Express, your credit card companies, they wanted an alternative for bankruptcy. And what they were doing is losing people to bankruptcy that couldn't pay the credit card. So what they want to do is figure out something new that would help them, that helps the consumer get out of debt and hopefully avoid the bankruptcy situation. So that's what they decided to do. And what they created was a program called a debt management plan. The industry calls it a DMP, but a debt management plan is what your credit card companies invented back in the 80s. And that's where you started seeing consumer credit counseling companies and companies pop up, because they were being sponsored by the creditors to help you solve your financial problems. And it's still the same today. A Debt Coach Credit Counseling Service started in 1992. 1992. So it gives you an idea how long we've been doing this and how long we've been helping people solve financial problems. This is an industry that's been kind of hidden over the last 4 to 5 to 7 years because of debt settlement companies. They rose their head, they got the money for the advertisement, they convince a lot of people to do things, and unfortunately that's not in your best interest. What I want to do is explain what a debt management plan does and how a debt management plan can help you. What a debt management plan is the very first thing we do at a debt coach is we're going to take a look at your overall budget. I want to see exactly what your net income is, and I want to get a great idea of what your personal monthly expenses are, because your life is the most important. So it's very important that we make sure you're okay. Then we're going to take a look at the debts. Now, over the last 24 hours, I picked up about 4 to 5 brand new clients who are looking to get out of debt. And I'm not using names or information, because everything I do here is extremely confidential. Nobody knows. But the problem is, the situation is, I'm going to explain a little bit of what transpired during that session. One of the sessions was kind of simple, kind of basic. Don't get me wrong. And let me know if this sounds like you in any which way, shape, or form. Had 5 credit cards, a Walmart, a little Macy's, a little Peebles, and a big Chase. Five credit cards totaling up to about $6,806. That's not that bad. But the problem is when you're on a fixed income, as she was, you only got so much coming in, you only got so much going out, and you got to make it fit. Unfortunately, her monthly payments every month were $350 a month just to cover the payments on the $6,800 credit card. Not to mention the average interest rate across the board is 23.98%. Imagine that. Across the board, 23.98%. So, when she came to see me, actually this is by phone, which is even better for anybody out there listening. She called me, we went through this together. I dropped her payments to $191 a month, and I lowered her interest rate across the board on an average of 6.65%. That's 6.65%. You can't even get a credit card at that number. But that's her average interest rate across the board being lowered. And if you take that situation, based on her $415 a month, based on her $350 a month current payments that she's making, she's on a plan to pay everything off in about 76 months. About 76 based on minimums and an interest rate average around 23%. So when you look at what we've done, we dropped it to a payment of $191 a month, and she'll be debt-free in 40 months. That's 3 years and 4 months because the rates dropped to 6.5, and we're able to snowball it. We're able to pay one off, roll the money to the next one, roll the money to the next one. She's out of here in 40 months debt-free. Her life's back in order. That sounds pretty simple. It also opened up her budget so she has an extra $150 a month for her overall budget, which is extremely important these days. Now, I keep getting this weak signal, so if I lose you, I'm going to start again because I'm going to go into another client here in a minute that I talked to too. But as you can clearly see on this client, she now has a chance to breathe, and every month I'm paying her bills. I am sending this money to her creditors monthly. These are rules set by her creditors. So her creditors are going to help pay for her and me to help her. It's called fair share contribution. So by helping her, I only had to charge the initial $65 startup that I always tell people we charge. And that was it. That was it. I didn't have to charge her anything else. There is no anything else. That was it. And she gets debt-free in 40 months. Not bad, huh? Let's go to the big bad one, though. Had a really bad one today, in my opinion. Let me know if this sounds like you, because you really should be calling me. I had a client today that called me, unfortunately, she's on a fixed income too. So we're talking about a lady who retired and trying to make her life work on a fixed income with $33,668 in credit card debt. $33,668 in credit card debt. She can't breathe. There's no way she can breathe on a monthly basis. I went down through her entire budget. Her current payments on her credit cards as we speak are $1,025 a month. She only brings home about $2,500 a month with her pension and her retirement and everything. So basically, that's like almost half her income, pretty close, going to just paying credit card payments. So we talked about bankruptcy. We talked about options to see what she wanted to do and she was comfortable with, but she really wanted to pay her bills, and I stand behind that. It's a Christian thing to do to pay your bills back. So I dropped her payment as best as I can. The new payment is $706 a month. It's the best I can drop it. It's a $320-something drop, but it does open her budget up just enough that she has a couple $100 left over and able to keep her ties with the church, keep able to think her social club, her little things that she likes to do that makes her human, makes her important, lets her own life. Now, looking at some of this, the average interest rate across the board with her creditors, unfortunately, again, is 23.85. Every creditor she had was either 22.99 or 24.99. No breaks there. They weren't giving her too much of a break there. Her new interest rate across the board is 7.6. 7.6. And she has 7 credit cards. So this is spread out over 7 different credit cards. 7.6. Okay? So based on the interest rate and the payment of $1,025 a month that she's paying, she will be out of debt in 100 months. I know that sounds wild to say, but that's definitely unfortunate of the situation. She's going to be making minimum payments for close to 23 years. 23 years make minimum payments. Can you believe that? You can't retire and do that. So the new plan we put her on, dropping the interest rate to 7.6 under the plans for the credit card companies, We were able to get out her debt in 37 months. That's 3 years, 1 month. And I am saving her somewhere in the neighborhood of about $35,000 in interest alone. Just interest on credit card debts, about $35,000 in interest alone. Best part about all that is I charged her $65 to join the program, and inside her monthly payment is a $20 monthly service fee. Unfortunately, her situation didn't have the creditors that all creditors pay, so we asked for a service fee, which is a donation, which is included in her $706 a month, which is $320 more less than she's paying now. So as you can clearly see as a credit counselor, if I need to charge a service fee on a monthly basis to cover expenses, I got to make sure it fits within your budget and it saves you money, or otherwise we don't do it. It's that simple. So those are two clients right here that budgets were extremely upside down that now actually work for them. They're not going to lose their credit rating because we're going to work directly with their creditors. I can send electronic proposals right to them. They're going to drop the interest rates, they're going to lower her payments, and they're going to work with me to get things straightened back out. One of the clients is running about 30 days late on all our bills. So over the next 90 days, after I make the 3 payments in a row, the creditors are going to bring the account current. So she doesn't have to go backwards and try to get caught up. So you can clearly see what the creditors are trying to do to help you prevent bankruptcy. They're offering programs to really change the establishment, change the environment, and give you a chance to own your life. And that's what a credit counselor does. And to be the credit counselor that does this, you have to be nonprofit. That means you have to have a 501c3 with the IRS, and you have to be a nonprofit status so you can receive fair share contributions from the creditors for helping you. That's one of the big reasons why. Number 2, we're regulated by the IRS and everything, so we make sure everything is done right. No, we got to follow every truth and nail there is, everything to a T. So that gives you a true idea. We go through financial audits, we go through BSI audits, we go through all kinds of audits during the year just to make sure that we are compatible and we are licensed, we are ready to help you. Another thing we do, and to keep in mind, we have to be certified. We go through a certification process, and we have to also take several hours a year of continuing education courses. So we stay on top of everything going on so we can help you do that. Now, I'm noticing that I'm having all kinds of issues with my phone and this weakness stuff. I know it's kind of cutting in and cutting out. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Next week, I'm getting a new phone, and I think that's going to solve this problem. I think this Droid stinks. It's just my opinion, okay? I don't like the Droid. So I'm going to go get me a Samsung and see if I can get a better picture and a better signal, because I got perfect internet in my office. There's no reason for this signal. I just think it's either Facebook or my phone. So that's the situation on credit counseling. I'm opening the line right now. If anybody has any questions about credit counseling, any thoughts about credit counseling, any debt questions they may be going through, I'm going to keep an eye out here. And then I'm going to go into a third client I helped today, and hopefully then I have a few questions on the side. The third client I helped today was a lot different. We were dealing with finance companies. They only had one credit card with Bank of America, and they had 3 finance companies. Now, finance companies, depending on who they are, help us. There's finance companies out there that don't help us. They're their own entity. So, it's very, very important to understand, if I say, hey, don't go to Eagle, don't go to Eagle, because they're not there to help you. Where I'd say go to One Main Financial or Springleaf or even Lendmark, then you're dealing with companies that are really reputable, really professional, and they're there to help you, and they will help you solve the problems you're in. So as I was dealing with this today, we were running about $200 a month short on the budget and had close to $16,000 in finance loans, and that's a lot. But by the time I was done, I cut the payments by $285, which opened the budget up so he can breathe. I lowered the interest rates from 29.99% to 12. Now we got an opportunity not only to breathe, but pay off the debt and get out of debt. And we're going to pay off that 16 grand. We're going to pay off that 16 grand in 4 years. And he is ecstatic. So this is what credit counseling can do. This is how we work with people. The best part about credit counselors is I'm certified with the United States Trustees Division. So if I can't help you, you might need to go file bankruptcy and get your life back. And if that's the situation, then I'll certify you. And I'm also going to train you and teach you how to do your budgets and everything for the future. So you're right. When you're in credit counseling, I'm also teaching you budgeting. I'm also teaching you everything you need to know to make sure every month goes smooth so we can get you out of debt. And that's what all this is about. Breathing. Imagine what you would do if you had $706 a month that you didn't know what to do with. That's what this lady's going to find out here in 38 months. 37 months, sorry about that. She's going to find out what it's like to have $708 a month. I'm begging for people out there in their 40s, their 30s, to please call me. Let's get these debts, let's get them lowered, let's get you out of debt. You need this money for retirement. You only have so many times in life to get there. You need this money for retirement. So, and with kids' college, all these things. We can't be carrying credit card debt and trying to put kids through school. It doesn't work. So please, if you're having issues, please call me. My toll-free number is 888-767-9155. My local number is 859-488-7670. And you can always reach me at randy@adebtcoach.org. That's randy@adebtcoach.org. I'm going to put the information in the comments section so you can always send me questions. If you want to send questions via email, I answer them all the time. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more personal for yourself. And keep one thing in mind, everything we do is confidential. So my job is to try to help you get your life back so you can be the best you can be. So if you have questions or concerns, I promise you, your answers are waiting for you. Please call Randy Williams at A Debt Coach. I'll see you next Tuesday when we go over new and important things that are happening during the week. And watch out for your mail. A lot of scams and fraud going on. You get something you don't understand, you give me a call. Thank you for watching the Debt Coach Credit Counseling Service, and you have a great week.